Hello everyone, this is Nikki the Van Mystic. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. I am here today because it's Libra season and I'm going to be doing mini taroscopes for each zodiac sign for Libra season for this new cycle, all within this one video. So there will be timestamps in the description box below so that you can skip right to your sign and watch your reading, okay? And basically these readings will provide a lesson that is coming through for each sign for the season and some insight and guidance as to how you can best work with this lesson and really learn from this lesson. Okay, so while these readings are intended for sun signs, if you feel drawn to watch for your moon sign, your rising sign, or another one of your signs, do whatever you feel called to do. Use your intuition. And watch for as many signs as you want, okay? With all of that said, if you love your reading today, please like this video with a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, follow me on Instagram if you're not already at the Van Mystic, okay? So without further ado, we are going to get started on our readings. And of course, I'm going to start with Libra. I'm using the Fountain Tarot today for your readings. So Libra, your lesson for Libra season. What is your lesson? What is coming up for my Libras today? What is coming through? What are you learning with the season, okay? You are learning that you can be the student and you can learn something new, okay? So if you feel the inspiration to learn something new, to set out on a new path, if something sparks your interest, if something excites you, at least buy a book and read up on it, at least do some research about it. Start to get your mind moving, right? And start to sort of like, feels like shifting energy inside of you, like some energy needs to be shifted. If there's an area of your life, especially if it's work, that has become stagnant, become still, or even boring for some of you, this is a time to expand. This is a time to learn something new and to welcome in new knowledge and to really be the student, okay, in some way, Libra. All right, so how can you best work with this lesson, Libra, and work from this lesson and learn from it? We've got another page, okay? We've got the Page of Wands. So let your inner child rule you here, okay? This isn't about learning something that feels very practical, right? This isn't about learning something that makes logical sense. This is about learning something that feels exciting to you and really kind of infuses you with that energy of a child, okay? That pure curiosity energy. So if you are going to learn something new, try not to pick something that's equally as boring as what you are already bored with, okay? Expand in a way that feels exciting, expand in a way that adds more passion to your life, more interest, more curiosity, and that is really the direction that you are encouraged to take, okay? So this is really a lesson, again, for you about being the student and letting your inner child lead you instead of your kind of logical mind, okay, Libra? Okay, have a great season, happy birthday, and we are going to move on to Scorpio. So Scorpios, my Scorpios, what is your lesson for Libra season? So the lesson that's coming through for my Scorpios for Libra season, okay, remain calm, Scorpio. So even in the midst of some chaos, even in the midst of some sort of rough or tumultuous or high emotions, okay, there's a lesson here for you this season in kind of taking a step back, processing, and then responding to things in a really emotionally mature way, okay? So there's a need to kind of develop some emotional maturity for you this season, Scorpio, and you may find yourself challenged with that. You may find yourself wanting to be reactive or wanting to snap at somebody or at a certain situation, right? But you are encouraged throughout this season to, like I said, take a step back, take some deep breaths, really center yourself, process in whatever way works for you, right? Journaling, maybe venting to a friend or a therapist or whatever, and then coming back to the situation with a really clear and level mind. So that is going to be a big lesson for you. And a bit of a challenge for you, Scorpio, for this season, for this cycle, for this next month. So how can you best work with this lesson and really learn from it? Scorpio, how can Scorpio really take in this lesson? Okay, here's the bottom card. Great. Yeah. Page of Coins, okay? Allow yourself to learn something new this season, okay? Allow yourself to understand and to believe that you can develop new habits, you can develop new ways of communicating with other people, and that there are new and better ways of doing things that you haven't tried before, okay? So allow yourself to be in the position of that student energy where you are willing to hear a new perspective, or you are willing to learn something new, whether when it comes to problem solving, when it comes to communicating, and when it comes to managing emotions, your emotions, other people's emotions, and all of that, right? So allow yourself to learn something new. And I feel for some of you like a need to understand that even though you're incredibly intuitive, you're not always going to be exactly right about things. So make sure that you step into somebody else's shoes, you really practice that empathy, and that you understand that there's learning to be done here. There's growth to be had here, and that there's a better way of doing things in certain areas of your life. So let yourself kind of humble yourself to that student position or energy or whatever, right? And that will help you to recenter yourself and really approach things with that level head and that perspective of maturity and empathy. Okay, Scorpio, have a great month, have a good Libra season, and we are going to move on into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, what is your lesson for Libra season? My Sagittarius people. Okay, choices, Sag. So we've got the 7 of Cups, and so what I feel like is coming through here is a lesson about recognizing what is best for you, Sag, okay? So in a sea of options, there is a need to find your truth and to find what really aligns with you and your unique path and your soul's purpose, and what is right for you, okay? So I feel like things are going to pop up to distract you, maybe the opinions of others or opportunities that are tempting but don't feel quite right, things like that, okay? And you are going to be challenged to constantly come back and consistently come back to your center and make the best choices for yourself. Not the best choices on paper, not the best choices for somebody else, but the best choices for you. So this is really going to be about finding your path in the midst of many choices, Sag, okay? So how can you best learn from this lesson and work with this lesson, Sagittarius? Yeah, so we've got the 3 of Wands, okay, and I see a great effort here. It's going to take a great effort, okay? It's going to take you being very aware, self-aware, and aware of your situation and what's going on so that you can really identify what is for you and what is not for you, okay? So constantly and consistently check in with yourself. Does this feel really right for me? Yes, it looks good on paper, but does that mean that it's really a path that I want to take, okay? So check in with yourself a lot. Make sure that you are remaining and staying on a true path for yourself. And it is going to take effort and it's going to take an awareness. So just keep that in mind, Sagittarius, okay? Okay, yay. So have a great Libra season. Okay, so after Sagittarius, woo! She's popping out again. Don't let yourself get lost, Sagittarius, like in the sea of things coming into your field that are sort of outside of your control, okay? Feels like pretty like prominent, and sometimes it might be so in your face. It's just like feels unavoidable. So find that alone time and find that kind of way that you can recenter and come back to yourself and your own heart. Okay, so now we're really moving on into Capricorn. So Capricorn, excuse me. Capricorn, your Libra season lesson. What are you learning with Libra season? What is it here to teach you? For my Capricorns, your lesson for Libra season. Okay. Okay. So, I've got the 10 of Coins, Capricorn, okay? And the message that I am feeling and hearing come through is one about sharing the wealth, okay? So whether that means actual financial wealth or whether it means spiritual or emotional wealth, there is a chance that you will have an abundance of some kind of wealth over the next month, this season, okay, Cap? And with that, while it's incredibly joyful and wonderful to have that for the self, it's even more wonderful to share it with others and have this kind of exchange going on, have this really awesome kind of back and forth going on. And that is going to feel more fulfilling for you than just kind of keeping the wealth for yourself. So this is really going to be about sharing the wealth and realizing that it can feel even better to do that than it does to keep it all for you. Okay, so how can you, Capricorn, best work with and really learn from this lesson that's coming through, this lesson about sharing with others? Okay. So, Queen of Swords and the Ace of Cups, okay? So what I see here is a need to step out from wherever you're hiding, Cap, and it's kind of this feeling of once you start letting things flow, it's like your cup will just continue to refill on its own naturally, and it's just sort of like this constant flowing. So what I feel is like this real need to step out from wherever you're hiding, okay? Or maybe the gifts that you're hiding or the wealth that you're hiding, and be unafraid to show it to the world and share it with the world. So whatever it is that you're holding and you're keeping to yourself, Capricorn, this season is really challenging you and asking you to step out of your own world, of your own bubble, and show and share and engage with community. And there's going to be this kind of flow in and out of love when you do that. And again, like I said before, it's going to be and it's going to feel even better than having that abundance of wealth for yourself, okay? So, have a great Libra season. I'm already losing my voice. Have a great Libra season, Cap, okay? Okay, so after Capricorn, we are moving into Aquarius. So Aquarius, your Libra season lesson. Libra season lesson for my Aquarius people. Death. So Aquarius, being unafraid to let things go, being unafraid to let things die, okay? Leave the past in the past. If you feel like something needs to end, or if something comes to an abrupt end over the course of this cycle, over this next month, understand that it's happening for a reason, and the death of whatever is coming up, the symbolic death, okay, of whatever is coming up, or rather going down, is going to be fertilizer, fuel, food for whatever is meant to grow next, okay? So embrace this period of ending and do your best to recognize it as a natural part of any cycle, okay? And how you can best work with and flow with this is to fill your life with a new love, okay? So as one thing ends, another thing begins, okay? And you can have a hand in that. So open yourself up to new love, to new opportunities that feel really heart-centered for you coming through, because they likely will. Don't dismiss them because you're still feeling sad about whatever you've lost, okay? So allow yourself to open up to new love, maybe romantic love for some of you, okay? New relationship kind of starting, but could really and honestly and truly just be anything that really makes your heart whole or feel light up, right? Makes your heart light up. Okay, Aquarius, have a great season, have a great cycle, have a great Libra season. Moving on from Aquarius and into Pisces, my sweet Pisces people. What is your Libra season lesson, Pisces? Okay. Saving, okay? Saving. That's the word that comes through. So, 4 of Coins. Okay. And I hear saving. So for some of you, you probably need to save money. Is it you? So saving money, saving up for something, but also I feel for some of you, this is about protecting yourself, protecting your energy, and yes, protecting your money. Okay, so again, I just feel like you need to be careful with spending over the next month, and there's a lesson in that. It's kind of like there's a lesson in having like a backup plan, okay? There's a lesson in having a backup plan and having a little bit saved so that in case something goes wrong, you have this kind of stash, okay? And that could apply not just to money, but to other things as well. I don't know why, but that is the message, okay? It's always good to have some extra. So it's always good to have some extra just in case you need like a backup reserve, all right? And yes, that can apply to energy for some of you if it doesn't actually have to do with money or anything like that. It's kind of like this feeling of make sure your energy is really high, that you are overflowing, okay? So really take care of yourself, take care of your energy, take care of your heart. And that way, if something kind of happens in your life, it doesn't totally knock you off your feet and leave you feeling completely drained, okay? It's sort of like you have some kind of energetic reserve, okay? So how can you best work with, flow with, and learn with this lesson? Pisces, great. So we have got Justice, ruled by Libra, and we've got the Fountain card, which is a special card in this deck. So keeping everything in a divine balance, Pisces, okay? You cannot give too much this season, all right? Know that there is sort of this endless source of energy or abundance or prosperity for you, but you need to make sure that you are not giving too much of it away. It's hard to put this into words, but it's this feeling of unless you remain in balance, you won't be able to receive as much as you would have otherwise, or you won't be able to be as full as you would have otherwise. So make sure you're not giving too much away, you're not leaking energy or money for some of you, right? And protect yourself, stay in balance, okay? Put yourself first. Okay, Pisces. Have a great Libra season. All right, so after Pisces, we have Aries. So Aries, your Libra season lesson, Aries, Aries, Aries. What are you learning? 2 cards. Wow, everyone's getting the Ace of Cups. All right, your lesson, Aries, for Libra season. We've got the Ace of Cups, and we've got the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry about the glare. There we go. Okay, so get excited about new love, Aries. This might be new romantic love, or this might just be like a new phase of love for you where things are just starting to feel really full and really lovely and incredible. And there's a need to get excited about it and let yourself be open, let yourself be vulnerable, be passionate, put it all out on the table, okay? So whether or not this is a romantic love, this could really just be something that you are in love with in your life, or that you feel really is just what your heart needs, okay? It could be a creative project that really is super heart-centered, or a new path of some kind, a new spiritual path perhaps. There's a need to just put it all out there, okay? Let yourself get excited. Let yourself get passionate. Don't hide, okay? Don't hide your feelings. Don't hide your desires. And I really feel like the lesson for you that's coming through, Aries, is in being vulnerable, not hiding the truth about how excited you are. There's no need to keep it to yourself. It's not going to serve you over the next month, okay? Okay, so how can you best work with, flow with, and learn from this lesson? Seven of Cups, Aries, okay? And yeah, here I feel like it's sort of this energy of doubt, doubting yourself, doubting your path, doubting what you're excited about, Aries, and therefore kind of getting stuck or locked into this place in your head where you just don't know, and I don't know, and I don't know, I don't know, okay? It feels like that. It's like, I don't know, I don't trust myself, I don't trust this thing that I'm excited about, I don't know if I should do it. It's like, just do it, okay? Do it. If you're excited about it, if you're passionate about it, if you feel like it's super heart-centered and aligned with your spirit, don't let yourself get stuck in your head and in this place of doubt and indecision, okay? All right, Aries, have a good season. Okay, so from Aries, we are moving on into Taurus. So Taurus, your Libra season lesson, Venusian friends. Okay, Taurus. So your lesson, I feel like there's another part of this for you. Your Libra season lesson, Taurus. Yeah. Okay, we've got the moon and we've got the emperor, okay? So I feel some fear around structure. I feel some fear around being constricted in some way, and it's almost like fear about having your life be too rigid, right? And so you're avoiding structure. You might find yourself avoiding structure or avoiding logic over this next month, okay? Because it's almost like you're resisting feeling like oppressed or feeling like you have to do stuff. So I really truly feel like the lesson for you here is in finding that balance, that divine balance between masculine and feminine, between logic and intuition, right? And realizing that there are valuable aspects to the masculine energy that you could use, and it doesn't all have to feel stiff and rigid and restrictive, okay? So I really feel like there's like a fear here around inviting some of that energy into your life and more structure into your life, and a need to step into it and realize that it's healthy, and that there's healthy ways of inviting it into your life and using it in your life. So that logic, that structure, and all of that, it doesn't have to feel rigid and it doesn't have to feel oppressive, Taurus, okay? So let's see how we can best learn from that lesson and work with that lesson, Taurus. Here we go. Great. So we've got the 10 of coins here, okay? And what I see with the 10 of coins is that ultimate vision for happiness, that dream coming true kind of feeling. And in order to achieve any dream in our lives, we really need to find that balance between logic and intuition, right? If we get too free-flowing into that feminine energy, we don't actually end up accomplishing anything. We don't end up meeting goals because we haven't really set goals for ourselves, right? We are not using a structure. It's unbound creativity, which is gorgeous, but there needs to be a balance if you really want to accomplish that that goal, and if you really want to see completion with something, and if you really want the abundance that comes from achieving things, okay? So really look at your goals, really look at what you're moving towards, your vision, your dreams, whatever it is, and find that balance between flow and creativity and then logic and structure, okay? And that is the balance that you need to achieve what you're setting out to do, Taurus, okay? Okay, so have a great Libra season. Okay, so after Taurus, we are moving into Gemini. So Gemini, happy Libra season. We are going to take a look at your Libra season lesson. So what is your lesson for Libra season? What are you here to learn over this next month during this cycle? Well, perfect. Gemini, we've got the Justice card, which is ruled by Libra, okay? Okay, so this is going to be all about finding a balance. Here's what I'm feeling. Finding a balance, especially within your relationships. Okay, Gemini, so if you are giving too much, or if you are taking too much in a certain situation or with a certain person or something like that, there's a need to really take a look at it and reset the balance, okay? Make sure that you are not giving more than you can give or taking more than you should be taking. So there's a reset or restructuring that needs to happen, especially within some of your relationships, and for some of you, I'm feeling like even within your workplace, okay? So how can you best work with this lesson, learn from this lesson, Gemini, over this next month throughout this season? How perfect. The Lovers, okay? Finding alignment within your relationships. And I feel really sitting down, I mean, in this card we see two people sitting down, perfectly equal, coming into harmony with each other, right? And I imagine that they are both really listening to each other. So there's a need here, I feel, to be open to listen. And they're also kind of in this enclosed safety bubble, right? So finding a safe space, and setting up some intentional time with certain people that you need to step into alignment with, so that both of you can be heard, and really being open to that. And even if you don't initially agree with their perspective, at least be open to it, at least try to empathize and step into their shoes and compromise, okay? So find compromise, and within compromise, you will achieve balance, okay, Gemini? Have a great Libra season. Okay, so after Gemini, I'm gonna have a sip of water. After Gemini, we have Cancer. So Cancer, your Libra season lesson, Here it is. Okay, great. Cancer. 5 of Cups. And what I hear is, don't let your emotions rule your life, okay? Emotions are healthy. Release is healthy. Crying is healthy. And even mourning a loss, right? We need to go through that. We need to process grief. But there's a need to make sure that your emotions don't completely take over and then start to like warp your perspective, and kind of keep you in this state of just taking everything to the extreme, okay? So there's just a feeling that your emotions might get bigger, and start to rule and kind of bleed into everything. So there's a need to sort of like rein it in and balance things out with logic. And if you need to have somebody in your life that kind of infuses your life with some of that logic to keep you balanced over this next period of time, Cancer, then do that, okay? Know yourself and recognize what you need to kind of keep that balance, that logic and emotion balance, okay? But let's see how you can best work with this lesson, flow with this lesson, and really learn from it. Cancer, how can you best work with and flow with this lesson? Okay. Deal with your anxiety, deal with your stress in healthy ways, okay? Try not to let it take over your life without actually properly and intentionally dealing with it. So it's this feeling of avoidance, okay? Don't let yourself avoid like actually dealing with stuff. Otherwise it's gonna get caught within you, caught in your head, caught in your heart, and it's gonna take over, and it's gonna lead to those really big feelings that end up clouding your judgment and clouding everything in your life. So there's really a need to make sure that you cope with your stress and your anxiety, and that you address it and try to find resolution with it, okay? Instead of just kind of letting it linger and seep into everything and just like put you in this state of fear, okay, Cancer? Okay, have a great Libra season. Okay, so after Cancer, oh gosh, sometimes I'm just like, I know them all right away. So far I've been so good. Of course, after Cancer we have Leo. Okay, Leo. Leo. Your Libra season lesson, Leo. What is Libra season teaching you? Great. Okay. we've got the Lovers, okay, Leo. But what I see here and what I'm really feeling come through here is more about finding alignment with yourself, finding alignment with your truth, with your divine purpose and path, okay? So this season is really going to be about, I feel for you, rebalancing your life and restructuring your life a little bit, or certain parts of your life that have kind of fallen out of alignment and started not to really resonate with you anymore or no longer serve you or things like that. So this is an opportunity for you to reset and to redefine that balance and to let go of things that aren't working and to welcome in new things that will work in their place so that you can really feel in harmony again with yourself and your life, okay? So how can you best work with this lesson and really learn from this lesson, Leo? Let's see. Okay, great. So we've got the Empress, okay? So there is a need to spend more time going within, Leo, okay? Spend more time taking care of the self, nurturing and even mothering the self, okay? And stepping really into that feminine energy. So you may have kind of you may be coming from a place of more action, more doing, more logic, and this season, and with its Venusian energy, is really asking you to step more into the feminine and to balance out some of that masculine energy with more of the feminine energy, which is about unbound creation. It is about love, compassion, creativity, and really mothering, right? So there is a need to spend more time within and really caring for the self, really working through some of the things I feel that are going on within yourself and not necessarily spending as much time out in the world or showing the world things or proving things to people or working with other people. This is more about the self and really kind of like resetting in what is working for you. And I think in spending more time alone and in spending more time kind of nurturing yourself, that will happen naturally. You will start to realize that there's parts of your life that have not been working, but you've just gotten so caught up in them that you haven't really exactly noticed, right? So spend more time alone, spend more time kind of just doing things that make you feel good, and naturally things will start to fall into place, Leo, okay? Okay, so moving on. And moving on to the last sign, Virgo. Hey, Virgo. Hope you had a good birthday. Welcome to Libra season. And we are going to look into your Libra season lesson, Virgo. So what is Libra season teaching you? Great. So Libra season is a Six of Swords, teaching you that it's okay to move on. It's okay to let go. It's okay to move on. It's okay to walk away from things that once worked for you that don't feel like they're working anymore. And it's okay to leave things behind even when it feels hard and even when it maybe upsets other people, right? Or upsets or disrupts some part of yourself or your life. If you feel the need to let something go, if you feel the need to move on from something, no matter how much work or effort or time you have put into it so far, it's okay. Go, okay? Go. All right, so how can you best work with this lesson, Virgo, and really learn from this lesson? Know that there is love out there for you. Know that there is new opportunity for love out there for you. Okay, so I feel like specifically for some of you, this is a relationship that you are being encouraged to leave behind. And the universe wants you to know that there is more out there for you, okay? Like, it's like almost like I feel some of you, and it's not necessarily a relationship, okay, but something that you have grown attached to. And it's almost like you think that it's the best that you're going to get, and you think that if you leave it behind, there is nothing else out there for you, but there is. And so the universe today stepping in to remind you that even if you are feeling like you can't leave something because there's nothing else for you. There is, okay? You may not see it yet. You may not be in your field yet. You may not be aware of it yet, but know that there is something for you. There's something better for you, more aligned for you, more love for you. And so don't be afraid, okay? Don't let the fear of lack in the future keep you from leaving behind something that is not working for you and possibly even causing you harm or hurting you or just making you feel like shit, okay? So Virgo, don't be afraid to walk away, to move on, whatever it may be. Know that there's something else out there for you 100%, okay? It may not happen right away, but that's okay, right? It's coming and it's out there. So have faith, trust, and everything's gonna be okay, all right? So that wraps up these Taroscopes. I hope you enjoyed your readings, and sending all of you lots of love for this new cycle. It's also the equinox today, so we are stepping into really this energy of new beginnings, which holds so much potential for all of us. So don't be afraid to learn something new, everyone. And like I said before, if you loved your reading, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website. I will leave the link in the description box below. It's thevanmystic.com, okay? Lots of love. Bye.